Well, Lena, I want to get into your story. It's your first time here.
Okay.
So, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Glendale, California, where all the Armenians hail from.
Okay. And you actually grew up in a Christian family.
Yes. Yes.
And you're actually, you grew up pretty strict.
Yeah, I would say the Armenian dads could be very strict, and this is not what they want their daughter to end up doing for work.
Well, right. I guess you had strict parents. You couldn't even watch certain TV shows.
Yeah.
You were somewhat of a nerd in high school.
I was. I loved school. I cried at all my graduations because I like didn't want it to be over. I was in student government. I was most spirited. Like I was a big time nerd.
Right. You graduated. You went to UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Go Banana Slugs.
Yes, that's the mascot.
Yeah. I went to UC Berkeley,
Oh,
but I
so you
got
were smarter than me.
all right. But I went
More
to UC Santa
privileged.
Cruz.
Just say that.
Smarter.
More
It's really
privileged.
hard to get into that school.
Yeah. Well, UC Santa Cruz, I actually visited. They gave me an offer as well.
Was this back when they had no grade system?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Part of the reason why I didn't go.
It was very hippie
Yeah,
to be
it was
back
a cool
then.
area. I remember,
It's very cool.
seeing the campus and everything
Yeah.
else like that, and seeing banana slugs everywhere. You got to see a banana slug in person. It's actually crazy looking.
You're
You
supposed
ever
Oh,
seen
to,
one?
really?
you're supposed to kiss them.
Oh yeah, it's like the size of a banana, damn near. It's like this big, huge, bright yellow thing that's just like in the middle of the forest. You're like, what the hell is that?
Wow.
They're very cool.
But in Pulp Fiction, John Travolta's wearing the banana slug
Exactly.
shirt,
You're right.
which to a lot of people, that's what they know it from. Yeah,
Exactly.
myself included. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually graduated, got a psychology degree,
Yes.
and then you actually went to go get your master's.
I was gonna get my master's. The bill was gonna be 100K.
Huh.
And it was sort of that thing where I just followed what my parents wanted from me my whole life without questioning it. It's like you just go on to the next thing. And I thought, okay, I got my bachelor's. Now I'm gonna get my master's. And when I saw that that's how much the tuition was gonna be and that I was gonna have to just take out loans for all of it, I was like, is this gonna be worth it? Is this what I want? You know?
Well, but from what I understand, like graduate programs, there's lots of grants and everything else like that. Like they want you to get these types of degrees.
Well, more so for bachelor's, I feel like there's grants, but less for master's
Really?
programs.
I had employees that like had like 2 PhDs and they're always in school and are
And they
always
didn't, they
getting.
didn't owe anything at the end? That's crazy.
A lot of times you can keep it. Well, I guess it's like some people just stay in school forever and it just kind of keeps going. There's like,
I mean, I could have done that path, and maybe I would have ended up at like a Fortune 500 company and have a,
Yeah.
a nice salary and everything. But I just wasn't sure that that was what I wanted to do.
well, I mean, you're getting your master's at the time in psychology. So what was the plan? To be a psychologist?
I had no plan.
No plan.
No.
Okay.
So you're just learning to learn.
Yeah, I was learning to learn. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. My parents didn't go to college. Like, no one helped me with anything. My dad's an electrician. Like, they're just kind of like, go to college, and then when you graduate, you're clearly just gonna walk out a millionaire, and all of us will be saved because that's what they thought.
Because you were the first person from your family to go to college,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. So you started dating women in college?
I had a girlfriend in college. Yes.
Okay. Did you have a boyfriend in high school?
Yes.
Okay. So you started with boys.
Uh huh.
You lost your virginity in high school?
Yes.
Okay. How old?
16.
Okay. Why go to girls at that point?
Honestly, she was my best friend, and we just started getting drunk and making out, and all of a sudden we were girlfriends, and it was fun. I think sometimes I imagine myself with a girl again.
Sometimes I imagine myself with a dude. So.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you're dating a girl, and at one point you stopped your graduate program.
So I didn't actually go to graduate school. I got in.
Oh, okay.
I took the GRE. I applied. I did the essays, whatever. I got in, and when I got in, I just didn't end up going. It was for USC. I didn't end up going.
Okay. And you're doing kind of odd jobs.
I was a nanny. I was an Uber driver. I did all kinds. I was on that Craigslist, the odd jobs page all the time, just doing
Okay.
random shit.
So where did the whole kind of like, there was no OnlyFans at that point, but I guess it was like Snapchat.
It was private Snapchat,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had a friend who I guess was like a fitness influencer at the time. She is actually the OnlyFans girl who killed her boyfriend in Miami. That girl. I met her randomly.
The white
white
girl who
girl?
killed the
Courtney
big black
Taylor,
guy?
yeah.
The black
So I
She
met-
used to hang out with her. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Really?
back in like 2015, 2016, I became her friend, and she took me to this house where they were doing content with models. And when I was there, at the time I was a nanny, but I wanted to switch jobs, but I had no experience anywhere. And so I was like, hey, can I just help you guys for free? Like, can I intern here? And And so I started interning at this company, and they were like, they didn't really have anything going on except for the fact that they had a large Snapchat following, and they had a large Instagram following, and they were trying to do outreach to models and stuff.
And this is like 10, 11 years ago.
This is a long time
ago. Kind of novel, yeah.
I think that they're an OnlyFans agency now because everything's evolved. But back then, it was just like an Instagram and Snapchat thing. And so I started working for that company, and we would have models come into the house all the time. I actually lived there and worked there. And all we would do is do these, like, we called them Snapchat takeovers, but we were just making content with these models on Snapchat. And through that, like, it's mean to say, but the girls would come to the house, and part of me was like, well, this girl's not prettier than me. Like what's the difference between her doing this and me doing this? And back then I had never, like, I was very late to social media. So I didn't have Instagram in college. I had like a Facebook. I was calling it Chat Snap forever. Like, I couldn't get the name right. I was very, very late. And so I made an Instagram, and I was afraid to post like a bikini photo because I was like, this is my regular Instagram. My aunties are going to see it. This is going to be weird. But one thing led to another. I started posting bikini photos, and I made a private Snapchat because everyone kept asking me for nudes. It was like the supply and demand thing was right there in front of me. So I launched a private Snapchat, made $35K in the first month.
And this was like right after she met me, because one of the first conversations we had when we met, she had posted like a booty photo on Instagram, and Uzi liked it, as well as a lot of other people, and it went kind of like mini viral. All of a sudden she has like 50,000 followers, and she's asking me, should I start a private Snapchat? I'm like, how does that work? She's like, guys will pay me $5 a month, and I'll post
30 bucks.
$30. Okay, I'll post booty pictures or whatever, little naked, scantily clad photos, and they'll pay X amount of dollars a month. And my reaction was, who the fuck is going to do that? Like, what are you talking about? Like, people, if they were going to pay for porn, they're going to pay for a membership on one of these sites or whatever. And she's like, well, I know other girls are making a lot of money doing it. And she's like, do you think it would be cool? Like, would you mind or whatever? I'm like, I don't care. Go for it.
At that time, we were just very casual in our relationship, but I looked at his life. He was just sitting on his bed watching YouTube videos all day like a bum.
Listen, I was out hustling. I was riding my bike like 10 hours a day and making YouTube videos, do a couple podcasts at night. I was doing shit, but yeah, I also I didn't have to do anything I didn't want to do. His
freedom was really like eye-opening to me. I was like, I could have this kind of life. Because at the time I'm working at this social media company making $10 an hour. I'm in a credit card debt. I can't afford my life. And I was just looking at him like, wow, he gets to run the show. Like, that's so sick. So it's not like I entered the private Snapchat world because I was like, I just feel this desire to show everyone my pussy. But I was like, I want to be able to wake up and go work out instead of working for someone else.
And I remember we went out drinking coincidentally, like the night that you first got paid your amount or whatever. And it was like, you just had 30 grand all of a sudden. And like when I met you, you were probably 30 grand in debt and had like barely enough to get by. And then all of a sudden within a month. And to her being like relatively sexually open, it's like, wait, I posted some pussy pictures? Like, what the fuck cares, you know? So I kind of got to see her go from not enjoying her life to like being pretty content with her life within the course of like a month or two.
Huh. So she got richer than you in the beginning.
Actually, yeah, for sure.
And we had like a little competition because we both had less than 100,000 followers on Instagram, and we were kind of trying to see who was going to hit 100K first.
When I met her, we both had 50K, and hers quickly grew a lot faster than mine.
Booty pics are greater than BMX.
But we both, like, when we met, like, keep in mind, like, I interviewed X, right after I met you? Or?
I think right before you met me, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, my career was also kind of skyrocketing in its own way, and we just happened to latch on to each other early on.
Okay. Well, in 2017, you said that once you hit 1 million YouTube followers, you'll release a sex tape.
Yeah. This video has 17 million views on YouTube. It's privated right now, but yeah.
Why'd you private it?
I'm a mom now. I'm just, I don't know.
Okay, well, you made that announcement private.
Yeah. No. The video is 8 years old, so yeah.
Oh, so you actually put up a sex tape?
No. The sex tape we did make, but that YouTube video I'm saying is private now. Yeah. I just privated a bunch of my scandalous videos.
Okay, so you guys are like casually dating.
Yeah, I would say it got serious.
At that point, we were pretty seriously dating, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you guys are not like officially boyfriend girlfriend yet?
I think by that point we were, yeah.
Yeah, we were. Because we got like official, I would say, towards the end of the year in 2016. Adam just said, "Don't suck anyone else's dick." That's how I found out we were exclusive. He said, "If you suck someone else's dick, I'm gonna kill you." And I was like, "All right, I guess we're dating now." Because you were in Miami and you were with a bunch of porn girls and you were like, "Hey, I'm hanging out with these girls, but just so you know, you're not allowed to hang out with other guys." And I was like, "I guess he really likes me."
That's all it takes.
He's not a very, emotionally intelligent person back in 2016 to tell me.
But
like,
now I am.
Yeah, but he wouldn't
Thank
have.
you,
He wouldn't have had it in him to be like, "Hey, I think we should be exclusive." So that is how you verbalized it to me.
Hey,